Excited to show you the latest release from Tesla. This is a really big one. We are now just one step away from being fully autonomous. Once this feature is complete, we'll be just needing right and left turns on city streets. But this will be teaching the car how to stop at stop lines and stop signs, as we'll see here. The first thing you'll see here is as we're pulling up behind this car, it automatically knows that there's a stop sign coming up. I'll zoom in here on the screen so you can see that it's telling me, it's counting down from 500 to 300 to 200 feet as we pull up to the stop sign. And then there we go. I'm not touching anything. The car automatically stops. And then when I push down just one time, where I usually push down twice to activate to let the car drive itself. Here it's going to go and proceed through the stop sign. So what we're doing here is instead of hitting the brake or hitting the gas, all we have to do is just let the car know when it's okay to proceed. You'll see here as I pull up to this stop sign or stop light, it's automatically stopping. So you're just either pushing the gas or hitting the right stick on the steering column to let you know. But you'll see down here on this screen, it's saying that I need to take over. This is commonly an intersection that doesn't have good lines. It's a very long intersection where it's probably knowing that it needs assistance. It's still learning how to traverse this intersection. So still a work in progress, but you'll see here in more clips, this is a huge step forward, and it's already showing off how much it's learned from stoplights and stop signs. So here we're just teaching it the final steps as it learns to be able to provide more safety and security for drivers of Tesla vehicles. This clip here is pretty impressive. It shows off, as you're even coming around the corner and a stoplight suddenly appears. It's able to detect it and then completely stop the vehicle on its own. So coming around this corner here, I'll just show you the one thing you want to keep in mind as you're using this feature. Is that as you come up on a stop sign, you need to make sure you let the car come to a complete stop. If you push down before you come to a complete stop, it will not proceed. So next up, you're probably wondering about green lights, and this one is an interesting one. You'll see as you come up on a stoplight, it'll let you know that it's coming up, and then you'll either need to push down the stock or push the gas pedal to let it know it's okay to proceed. You'll be able to see on the screen that it knows that there is a green light coming up, but it will start to slow down. It's going to keep you from going through any lights no matter what. It's asking you to make sure to teach it, if this is a green light or a red light. So the computer is doing a great job of knowing whether or not the light is red or green, but today we're teaching it as we go through these lights to know whether or not it is a red or green light. So we'll just go and take this on the highway here. This is one of my favorite routes. It really shows off how well the car handles. So just a few things that you'll want to note about how this is working today. You'll see that it seems like on city streets where you're used to probably setting your relative speed, where you can set it to go, 5 or 6 miles over what the speed limit is to avoid people from tailgating you and getting frustrated. You'll see that while you're using this on some city streets, it'll keep you from being able to go above the speed limit. So you'll see that coming up here, but it works just totally normal as it always has on the highway, where you're able to let it change lanes for you, changing lanes using the relative speed. So everything else is working exactly as you could. I wanted to take it on this route because at the exit here, you have no stoplight. So I wanted to see as you come off of this exit, if you're in the left-hand lane, if it'll ask you to, there is a stoplight, but on the right-hand lane, there's just a yield. So I wanted to see if it could, how it would handle this situation. So using Navigate on Autopilot, you see it automatically just takes me off at the intersection here, as it always does, beautifully. As we come around the corner here, you're going to see if you were going to the left, it would take you to the stoplight over there, but to the right, so it doesn't automatically know to get me into this lane, even though I have it on Navigate on Autopilot. But you'll see here it does not stop for that stoplight, so it is working well as far as that goes. So if I reactivate cruise control here, we'll be able to see that it's keeping me from going over 45, which is the speed limit on the street. So if I try to increase the speed on cruise control, it's just going to keep me locked in at 45 miles an hour, which I think is just to make sure that, you know, as it's learning this new feature, that we're being as respectful as we can to the posted speed limits. So just to recap, this is a huge update for Tesla. I don't know if this will be the version that goes out to the general public, but today the things you'll want to know if you go to use this is, you know, just making sure that you're, you know, at every stoplight, you're making sure that you're pushing down on the right stock or pushing the gas to let the car know if you should go through. Making sure to stop at all stoplights or stop signs to come to a complete stop. You'll see at yellow stoplights that are just dead. You know, if there's a power outage, there'll be no signal. So just getting used to, no matter what, you're going to need to let your car know if it should pass through the intersection. So just be mindful of all traffic laws as you're training all of the Teslas, how they'll use this feature in the future, but naturally no one's going to want to drive through a traffic light and get into an accident. So you're telling it that it's okay to go. And this will be an amazing new feature that will help all Tesla drivers be more safe and help provide a new layer of security, as well as get us one step closer to being fully autonomous. So we are a new channel. We plan to release, we have a lot of exciting new release videos coming out. So please like and subscribe. We have, if you're interested in more releases or just fast videos to find out more and interesting content about Tesla.